Hello, my name is Ross Guppy. I'm the Director of Technical Products within IPWAQ. Today we're fortunate to have with us Bob Jordan from Sunshine Coast Regional Council, who is the Chair of our Technical Working Group for ADAC, and Jeff Bartholomew from Lions Systems. Jeff will give us a perspective from the technical service provider. So IPWAQ is proud to announce the release of ADAC version 5, our Asset Design as Constructed system. And I'd like to throw to Jeff first, just to give us some background.
I think ADAC can best be described as a successful regional collaboration project for local government. It was born out of a need to manage information and address a lot of the shortcomings the local government was suffering around asset data. It's continued through over the last 15 years to show its value, and it's evolved as this has happened with the contributions from the different subscribers that have come on and the different councils and water utilities that have been a part of the process and it continues to grow.
So what were the drivers for the creation of ADAC, particularly from a local government perspective?
Look, in local government, we recognise that information about our assets is critical to making good decisions for our communities. So having a framework and a standard of information specified for our developers and our contributors of asset information was fundamental to try and remove any confusion about what was expected to be delivered. So subscribing to something like ADAC has been critical to get buy-in by our business partners. They are the critical part of the success, and that success of having ADAC applied has been that framework that we can rely on to get quality information, complete information, and make it efficient for us to process into our systems for asset management.
I don't really think the drivers for ADAC have changed that much in the last 15 years. Essentially, it was brought in to manage four key components, and that was asset registration, asset valuation, maintenance management, and renewals planning. It's grown in terms of the way the process works and the technologies that are involved, but essentially the council's benefit and the community's benefit comes out of the outcomes of those four drivers.
Right, so I think one of the issues we've had in the past is people not fully understanding what ADAC is and what it isn't. And Jeff, I know this is a topic you're interested in, so perhaps give us your view.
I think with ADAC, it's easy to see the ADAC tool and see the data model that comes along with it and see it as a panacea for internal management of your asset information. It's not necessarily designed to do that. It's designed to meet those drivers we talked about earlier in the discussion. It does help in terms of internal managers understanding the asset requirement and the information, how it needs to be structured, but that's primarily not its driver or its need.
So I agree. I mean, what it's trying to be and not be is that it's not complete. We understand that there are asset types that still keep happening with our industry that we haven't got part of a data model to or a specification requirements. It's not that we didn't want to, but we're focused on the things that were most critical to us as a business. So obviously we've got strong relationships with transportation assets, stormwater assets, and open space assets. But evolving going forward, this is a data standard not just about the development industry, but about assets in general, about how information is contributed to us, whether it be by our own internal processes or external. And so this model will continue to expand. And as we've talked in version 5, one of our key drives was to have a bridge specification model in there. And that's been established, and it's one of the wins that we want to take advantage of as version 5 evolves and gets released. So moving forward, that will continue to grow. So it isn't a complete model of every possible solution of asset out there. It's still evolving, and that's why it needs to continue to get support from our industries to contribute into that model and improve it.
So Bob and Jeff, thank you for your comments today. If you'd like to just make a closing statement, that'd be great.
Look, one of the things that I'd love the audience to actually take away from this is that ADAC continues to evolve. You are a part of the success, Our version 5 launch, which you're just about to see, is the beginnings of that. What we want to see is more people contribute to the next version, and that's going to come from the audience. So from local government, we welcome everybody into this mix.
And I think from our position, we would welcome any new players that are out there that perhaps aren't so aware of what ADAC is and how it works and what it can do for their business. Whether they're a provider or a receiving agency like a council or a water utility, there are plenty of support agencies out there that are happy to talk to you about how this can help and how it can work for you.
Yeah, definitely get involved. We have a great community. The feedback and information you can get from the expertise of gentlemen like we have here today is a great thing. So join us in ADAC version 5.